Here's a video for the 1988 swapmasher. I'm starting to, from doing these videos, I'm really noticing that I must have just started collecting G.I. Joe either right when they started doing the last miniseries in the 80s or the movie, because I'm noticing that a lot of my favorite vehicles and figures are from around 1987, to 1990s. So I don't think I must have been collecting or must have never gotten a G.I. Joe toy for Christmas or anything until, the movie came out, the very first one, the animated one. Because right here, this is probably one that I remember playing with so much when I was a kid. It was my favorite vehicle. According to yojo.com, this thing was only $4. It would be kind of interesting to know how much this would be worth today. So a $4 G.I. Joe vehicle, that's crazy to me. But I don't have his accessories, so I'm not really doing a video on him, but this is the 1988 Muskrat, and he kind of reminds me, for those older not G.I. Joe, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collectors that may see this video, he kind of reminds me of a character called Bonafrog or something like that. And the reason I say that is because both the Bonafrog and this G.I. Joe figure come with this, supposed to be kind of like a bodyboard, I think, and his peg, or like a surfboard, but not really, because it's not that long. But, with the normal G.I. Joe peg hole, goes right on to the bodyboard, or whatever you want to call this. And so he can do it that way. He can't really lay on it because they've got the backpack peg right there. But anyway, so I probably got him the same time. This isn't him, of course, because I don't have any of the G.I. Joes that I had when I was a kid. But probably got these two about the same time because they're both from the same year. And so there's so many other figures that would go with this one, but I think these two make a pretty good pairing. So enough about Muskrat. But again, this is going to be kind of tough with doing this one-handed. But the swapmasher, I even tried to put the missiles back farther, but they're actually supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be one this far and then one that far. So if you do get this one, don't keep pushing them because they're supposed to be like that. It only has room for one person to sit in the cockpit or driver's seat, but it does have two pegs in the back, and it's got like a little pulling hook on the side too. The gun kind of has like a ratchety sound to it, so it will definitely, unless you break it or use it quite a bit, it will stay where you want it to stay. Swivel's, good. Best part, and you can see all my messy G.I. Joes back there, because I'm doing these videos mostly just, to be able to be part of the YouTube community, but also to try and get my G.I. Joe room picked up and retire some figures and all that. So anyway, it's kind of good that there's such a mess right there, because hopefully it will show why the swapmasher is pretty cool. So I'm going to do it, try my best to do it without lifting up the vehicle, and hopefully you guys get what it does. Alright, so no, it's not going to do it. So, or I'll push everything off the ground. But what it's doing is the wheels are rolling, but if it gets something that it can't roll over, each one of these things has 3 wheels, and the gimmick, if you want to call it that, but I think it's cool, and sometimes when you hear gimmick, people think, oh, that's not a good thing, but what it does is these rotate, and so it's made to go over obstacles. So basically, like if you were using it and it was real, and you were in the swamp or whatever, and you had all these knocked down branches and bushes and whatever, it wouldn't get stuck because it would just keep climbing over, you know. Let's see if we can get it to climb over. You know, it would just do that. So it's not working as great as it really does. But anyway, so one of my favorite vehicles that I can remember as a kid is the Swamp Masher, and it's no surprise that if it was only $4, no wonder I was able to have it as a kid. So anyway, video for the 1988 Swamp Masher.